New this morning, the PGA Tour Champions have announced their schedule for the 2021 season, which has been combined with this past 2020 season due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. The 2021 season will feature 25 events and conclude with the Charles Schwab Cup playoffs in November. There will be over $55 million up for grabs at tournaments across 19 U.S. states, as well as England and Canada. There will also be two new events added to the schedule, the Ascension Charity Classic in St. Louis and the Constellation Furyk and Friends in Jacksonville. So for more, let's get you back to Tom Abbott.
Well, Lauren, it is a great pleasure to welcome in the man who is hosting the Constellation Furyk and Friends, man with 19 combined victories on the PGA Tour and PGA Tour Champions. It is Jim Furyk. Jim, thanks very much for being with us. Good morning. You made a big splash on the tour late in the year when you turned 50, winning your first two starts. You're the third player to ever do that behind Bruce Fleischer and Arnold Palmer. Did you kind of have a sense that your game was in the place to go out there and do so well so early?
I was hoping, and I also picked a couple courses that I know very well in Warwick Hills and Flint, Michigan, at the Ally, and also Pebble Beach. So I worked really hard on my game this year. It didn't show much on the PGA Tour. I think you put that work in, you never know exactly when when you're going to get results. And for me, it came actually turning 50, getting out there on the Champions Tour. I think it gave me a little bit of a new life, and I felt a little younger and maybe a little longer than I did on the PGA Tour.
Well, your game was certainly very, very impressive. Looking at the schedule next year in 2021, 25 events culminating with the Charles Schwab Cup playoffs. International events as well, Canada, England, 19 different states. What is the state of the PGA Tour Champions right now, especially with what we saw in 2020?
I feel like we had a lot of excitement this year. I mean, every year you've got guys turning 50, but to get a boost of Phil Mickelson coming out, playing two events, winning both of them. We obviously struggled through the beginning of the year with the pandemic, but I feel like for the second half of the season, we had some great fields. We had some excitement, folks watching, and now we're able to kind of build on that. And we've got even more guys turning 50. I saw we got Patty Harrington coming out, Robert Allenby, Stuart Appleby. So, you can't rest on your laurels. And I think that's the one thing about the Champions Tour. I always hear this, that guys are inside, they're having a glass of wine, everyone's talking. And I will agree, there's a lot of camaraderie. It's very friendly. But that range is full of guys working hard, and it's an extremely competitive tour. If you don't shoot, it's a 3-round horse race every week. If you don't shoot 15 under, you have no chance to win. So you got to make a bunch of birdies and shoot some low scores. Yeah,
you make a good point. The best players in the world don't become the best players in the world when they were younger because they were taking time off. Everyone out there is very competitive. You talked about those three players that are turning 50 next year. Do you see any of those three that will stand out? Do you think all three will have an impact right away?
I think they will. It depends on how much effort they're putting into, how much work they're putting in. We all know that Patty Harrington is working his tail off because he always has. I don't think Patty knows any other way. I think that he'll make an immediate impact, and I think Stuart and Robert will do the same. I think Stuart won 9 times on the PGA Tour, Robert 4. Both had a great international record. So it's great to have those guys. What I kept hearing when I went to the Champions Tour was, "Hey Jim, it's great to have you out here." And I think just to get guys, to come out and play a full schedule and be involved, it's so good for the tour. And Phil will eventually get there when he sees that his PGA Tour days are over. But to have him come out and breathe some life into events is real important for us. And as much as we don't like seeing him win 2 for 2, it's great to have him out there.
Yeah, we don't know when Phil will turn his attention full time to the PGA Tour Champions. But one man who has really had his focus on that tour for a long time is Bernhard Langer. You're 7th in the race for the Charles Schwab Cup right now. It's going to be a rollover, isn't it, into next year. What are the things you need to do to chase down Bernhard and the other players, obviously, that have done so well out there?
Well, first and foremost, I think we got to give Bernhard a lot of credit. Everyone talks about there being a window on the PGA Tour, 50 to 55 years old. And then it's harder, as you get closer to 60 to be competitive. And here we have Bernhard at 63, and he's still the guy that everyone's chasing. So he's a machine, and a German machine in that, right? He finely tuned. So I think what he's done is impressive. I think that drive, the will, the determination, and then to have all that talent, he's been the guy to chase. What do I have to do? I think just keep working hard. I'm enjoying I'm enjoying the 3-round tournaments a little bit more than I thought. Maybe a little more time off during the week. I love the 3-hour 3-hour practice rounds are phenomenal. Didn't have any of those on the PGA Tour, and a couple pro-am days. So I'm enjoying my time out there. But I also probably need to tune up. I noticed that the golf courses are still right around 7,000 yards, but I'm getting a lot more short irons in my hand. So attacking pins, probably working on some of my distance control from say 130 yards and in, and then always tuning up your short game. I worked really hard on my short game this year, started to see some results at the end of the year, and that really has a big effect on scores at the end of the week.
Turning our attention to the majors, obviously you won 2003 US Open. I'm not sure if the trophy is there behind you somewhere. I'm assuming there is one from the major championship. But next year, the slate of 5 majors on the PGA Tour Champions. You've got the Regents Tradition in Alabama, the KitchenAid Senior PGA at Southern Hills, Bridgestone Senior Players, the US Senior Open, Omaha Country Club, and then the Senior Open over at Sunningdale near my neck of the woods, just outside of London. As you look at the 5 majors, is there a venue or a championship that you have your eye on? Is there somewhere that excites you for 2021?
I've only played Sunningdale once. I've never seen Omaha Country Club, so obviously being a U.S. Open, I'm excited. But there's one on that list that gets me excited every time I see it. I love Firestone. I never won there on the PGA Tour, lost a long playoff to Tiger Woods, a 7-hole playoff. It's one of those courses. It's kind of a thorn. There's maybe a handful of courses on the PGA Tour that I love that I never won on, and that's one of them. So that has a near and dear spot in my heart. I watched it a little on television this year. It was while we were playing the Wyndham in Greensboro, and the golf course was brutally hard. Jerry Kelly, maybe shot a couple under and kind of ran away from the field in that tournament. So it's a very difficult golf course, a very difficult setup. Much like a U.S. Open, and it's one of those places that I would love to win.
Speaking of Jerry Kelly, I believe Jerry Kelly and Steve Stricker are 2 other players who will be hosting events on the PGA Tour Champions in 2021. Brand new event that you are hosting, the Constellation Furyk and Friends. Tell us about that, how it came about, and what we are to expect at Timuquana Country Club near your home in Jacksonville next year.
Well, it was a bit of the brainstorm of my wife and I. Tabitha's run the Constellation Furyk Friends. We have a charity golf tournament and concert. We've done it for 10 years now. It's kind of a 2-day event. And we wanted to try to look at avenues. How can we grow? How can we get bigger? How can we impact Northeast Florida, the city of Jacksonville, more charitably? And this was a brainstorm. The PGA Tour supported us. PGA Tour Champions supported us. First and foremost, you got to find a wonderful sponsor, and Constellation Energy, a longtime partner of mine, stepped up, and they wanted to help us build this event, and so excited about that. Second, we got a great venue in Timuquana Country Club. It's a great old Donald Ross golf course. David Duval grew up at this golf course, and we're looking forward to him playing in the event. And we really want to showcase our city, the St. Johns River, the city of Jacksonville. We should have a huge economic impact in the area. Most of the players that we play in this event, they're going to love the golf course, but they haven't really seen the city of Jacksonville. And we've had such a huge support from our community, both in Jacksonville, the Ponte Vedra areas. We're so fortunate, and we just think we can do so much great charitable work. So it's been kind of a labor of love, and I'm very proud of Tabitha and our team for all the work they've put in, and we're ready. I mean, this golf tournament's about having fun, and we want the folks in this area, even in the state of Florida and around, to come see it. We're going to have music. We're going to have great food. There's going to be some drinks around, and of course, there's going to be some unbelievable golf. The best golfers, 50 years and older. So I'm looking forward to it. You can tell how excited I am, and I'm proud of our team. And October can't roll around fast enough for me.
Yeah, the timing's going to be good in October. I think you'll be having a lot of fun up there. And it's always easy for us to talk about it, isn't it, on TV? But we don't really see all the work that goes in behind the scenes. So, well done to you and the team up there and Tabitha for making that happen. I do want to ask you just about one topic that came up last week. The PGA Tour and the European Tour announcing that strategic partnership. What was your view on that as a man that's been around the PGA Tour for a very long time?
I thought it was interesting. I was probably a bit surprised. The first I heard of it was kind of the press release. I want to learn more. I think a little bit about how this partnership or this collaboration will go, but I think it's good. I think the PGA Tour has the best players from around the world as members, and I think a collaboration between the PGA Tour and the European Tour, maybe on schedule, maybe on I saw media rights, I saw some different things. I think can only benefit. And the one thing that as players we have to remember is the PGA Tour always has our best interests at heart. So I think it'll be a great thing for the world of competitive golf, for the world of golf in general, and I know it'll be good for us as PGA Tour members. I'm more interested, I think, as you are, as viewers are, as how will this collaboration work, and what benefits will we see from it?
Yeah, we will find the answers to those questions, I think, as time goes on. Jim, you're kicking it off in Hawaii, right? Is that where you're beginning the year?
I am.
One of the best. Best
you know what? I'm going to go play the Sony as well. So I'm going to play
Okay.
Sony the week before Hawaii.
Okay.
Yeah, Mitsubishi.
Well, we wish you the best of luck for next year, and well done on that event that you're going to be bringing to Timuquana in October of 2021. Jim Furyk, thanks very much for being with us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.